Hi, ladies. I'm coming to you tonight to let you guys know about what's been going on with this TTC cycle. Well, I posted my first video talking about how I was feeling because I was sick. Um, Sorry about that video. Also, that video came out very horrible. I was sick. At the time, I'm feeling a lot better. Even when I look at the video, I go, ugh. At the time, when I was taking that video, I was taking fertility blend, and I was trying some new things with the TTC. Um, about 4 days into AF coming in, I had I believe it might have been like a breakthrough bleeding, but also too because I was counting my CD1, 2, so what ended up happening was I was watching some videos and I really wanted to try the castor oil pack. So last time, in my last cycle, I my my period wasn't due until about the 26th of December, but it came early, the 24th. And I was so mad because it was right before Christmas. And I started taking the fertility blend on the 20th. And I was feeling good at first, but then I started getting headaches. And then on the 8th, when the headache started, January 8th, I had got, like I said, I think it was the breakthrough bleeding, but I did a castor oil pack right after the last day of my cycle. And on the 8th, I thought which might have been AF, but it shouldn't have returned. It's only been a week it was off. And I started taking the fertility blend right then that day. I still had headaches for about 4 days, 5 days. It took a while for the headaches to stop. After I stopped taking the fertility blend, after a week, the headache stopped. But also, I was Googling and researching. A lot of women said it threw their cycle off, gave them spotting, and a lot of other things like that. So, I was really bummed out, really sick. Um, by the way, too, I believe that the castor oil pack does work because after I've been feeling better and I've been looking over some of the videos and listening to I love watching Terry Claw's videos. She said that the same thing, something like that had happened to her. She was passing things, the material, we'll just call it material, TMI. But because castor oil pack is supposed to help with any type of, if you have any fibroids, scar tissue, and other things, then it's supposed to come out during AF. Well, somewhere in between the fertility blend and doing that castor oil pack, it was some cleansing going on. And also too, I don't know, really, I don't, besides the headaches, at first fertility blend was seeming fine. Um, but I had really bad cramping last month, and I don't know that cleanse. I know that because I had the bleeding for about I counted the days. It was about we'll just say 2 weeks. And the month of January, from Christmas on down, it was the one break in between. And also too, I stopped taking the fertility blend too because with all that going on with the castor plaque, it kind of it didn't kind of, it did, it threw off my cycle. And so it was I didn't ovulate last month. I was really upset, but I think it was actually because of, now that I look back, I think it was because my body was getting deeply cleansed from the castor oil. Um, it was a bright red like never before, and it was really just, things were just coming and coming. And the more I would think it's, oh, maybe it'll stop today, trickle, 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 trickle. So they finally just like trickled away. I even took a trip to the emergency room. I sat in there for 4 hours. They're so busy these days in the emergency rooms. I could have stayed for an ultrasound, but it would have been like another 4 hours because I was worried. I thought something was going on because I mean, I was really being deeply, deeply flushed out. And I truly believe that now that I look back. Because I'm so happy to announce that on the round about the 23rd of this month, no, last month of January, like I said, it finally stopped. I was so happy to see regular cervical mucus, excuse me, but without any red in it, I was so happy. Um, like I was saying in my other video, about the 28th, 27th, something like that, when I went off on around about the 23rd, 24th, um, I had some bleeding, or some, not even bleeding, I had some spotting, and it reminded me of when I was pregnant with my son. I had what I think it was early implantation bleeding. But the thing about my implantation bleeding, I've noticed, because it happened to me like twice in 2 pregnancies, um, but it was like years apart. My son that's about to be 4, uh, I noticed with him, I knew something was strange about that cycle. I wasn't even really trying to TTC like the way I am now. And but I knew something was different because of the fact of I had that brown pinkish type spotting that only lasts for like one day, a couple of minutes. It might have tried the second day, but then it was boom, it was gone. Just a quick spot. Couldn't soak up a pad or anything. Um, well, that happened to me this time, but I saw it was a pinkish color. Um, Even my husband noticed it because we had BD'd, and when he got up, he said, "Oh, look, you're bleeding," and I was like, "Oh no." Oh, that fertility blend. Oh, I hate that company. I was just like, oh, thinking all kind of stuff. Like, I see how people be wanting to sue. Just, my mind. But I had forgot all about joining the castor oil pack, you guys. And I guess that's where it got good at because, um, well, when I saw the pinkish, it was like a pinkish, cloudy pink, real light, like chalk white pink, with a little bit of brown. And I caught it right on the tampon, because I had put a tampon in because we were going to church and I didn't want to go like that. And so later on that day, my husband came back from work. I was like, yeah, I put a tampon in, hun, because it was time to be BD. But I was like, let me take this out. So when I saw that, I was like, look, look, look. I showed him. And he was like, I said, what does it look like? What does it look like? He said, oh, I saw the clammy white, like that chalk white. And I said, oh, you did see that? He was like, yeah, and a little bit of brown. And then it just disappeared. So that was about 6 days ago. Well, 2 days ago, remember I said I haven't ovulated because after the castor oil pack, my body, I believe, was just flushing itself out. So I never ovulated this early, and I think thanks to the fertility blend, it may have helped with some of that because I oved earlier. Um, I oved actually a week, 7 days or so, 11 days after, something like that. That was early for me because I usually don't ovulate till like day 15. But I'm still counting CD from that breakthrough bleeding, so that I'm like CD. Uh, I'm CD 30. I'll be CD 31 in the morning. I usually don't go past 28, but since the new things, hey, I got a positive OPK. Now, I don't trust the Dollar Tree anymore because of just, you know, like how well, it hasn't really been working well for me because I'm a firm believer in the Dollar Tree store, but not like I used to be. Because the dollar, hey, sometimes you get dollar results. This time I got dollar results because I have I've been keeping all my tests. You guys can see on here all the tests that I've done. Now, the Dollar Tree test hasn't been doing too very well with me this time. It hasn't been picking up. Now, I went and now here's my new choice. And I'm usually happy with their company because with my son, it was a dollar pregnancy test that told me that I was pregnant. Now, they usually do new choice. Now, but the new choice didn't catch my search. Okay, 3 days ago, I had a no. I went and bought this first response. Yes or no. Ovulation digital test. Which they didn't tell me that you can only use this once. Once you get the yes, it automatically shuts itself off and it doesn't work anymore. And you end up wasting. I have like 10 tests or more left. Waste the money. I'm going to call the company and see what I can do about getting a refund or some kind of complimentary. They didn't tell you that after spending $30, if this works even the first time, it's no good. Now, like I said, this ovulation kit though showed me that faint white line right there. But look what happened when something told me I love this strips. This is Target's brand of strips. And my first test came out even lined. Even lined also counts as a positive in the OPKs. You know that, right? And then so I took it again because I was like, let me try this again. 3 o'clock. Something told me that the 99-cent store stuff is running out from the Dollar Tree. So, the next morning, 7 a.m., I had a yes surge on here. And I think I showed it, pictures of it on my other video. And this one. And I'm a testaholic, so I got a lot of tests, you guys. I've been testing ever since I got the positive on the digital. But I wanted to show you guys this morning at 7:30. I had this one. No. Yes. And I showed my hubby because the test line was really dark on the OPK strip test from Target today. It's been even for the last day, but today, this morning, my test line was darker than the test line. So now it's starting to go to this. So what I did was I wanted to test my Dollar Tree one more time just to make sure. Dollar Tree test. Target's test. So ladies, let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Inbox me. Let's get together with this TTC. Bye.